Greetings, Envy family. Welcome to Neutral Voices, the place where your voice matters. I am Dr. V, and this is our Wednesday live segment where we laugh, inspire, vibe, and educate. And as always, if you've learned something new, please don't forget to click like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel and all other social media platforms. And tonight, we're going to be talking about some good stuff.
Always.
We're going to be talking about America reformed.
Yes.
But we're going to go a step further. Let's talk about Black America
Yes.
reformed.
Yes.
What does that look like?
Yes.
We're going to be intentional about what it takes to build a better tomorrow.
Yes.
Time for us to work on our future. What y'all think?
We got to.
Oh my
It's
God.
past time.
We
It's past
got
time.
to
We
do
got
it.
We got to.
So hang out with us and join us in the conversation.
Yes.
You can always
click like, share.
click
comment.
like, share, comment, all of that good
Yeah.
stuff. Yes. So I have a couple questions first, but before we get into all of that,
Yes, ma'am.
you know I like to start with the definition. We got to make sure our people know because remember this is about educating too on our Wednesday night.
Yes.
So Jill, you have a definition for us?
I do.
What is reformed?
Reform. To make changes in something, typically a social, political, or economic institution or practice, in order to improve it.
Now, see, when you say that, now you know I got to put that V vibe on there. So
Go
here
ahead.
it is, y'all. You know I got to add to this a little bit. I wish I could think of what y'all called it before that Webster, but not /V. But here it is. So I feel like beliefs and faith need to be connected to that.
Yes. I agree.
Because when when you talk about reforming, there has to be a transformation
Right.
of the mind. And so I believe
Exactly.
somewhere in there, the beliefs and faith
Mhm.
need to be added to that.
That's true.
Okay.
So true.
So with that thought, now in order to move forward with this conversation, I just think that I have so many questions, but the first question I want to deal with is how are we feeling right now about the Asian hate bill? When we start thinking about reforming, they obviously thinking about it. They've been moving on it, moving a lot faster than us, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, not that we're not trying.
Right.
So what do you think? How y'all feeling about that?
Well, the Asian hate bill. Now, I was just looking that up. They say that took 13 months from inception to being signed for it to get through Congress. From introduction to it being signed, it took 13 months. And it started because apparently late 2019, mid 2020s, there was an influx of hate crimes against Asians. The major one was how many people were killed in Atlanta? At the,
6 at the massage parlor.
Well,
Yes.
that one, and what really made them make that bill was New York.
Yes.
I was going to say stuff was happening before
but
the
but
powers.
what pushed it in the forefront
Okay.
was that last incident in Atlanta. So that pushed it forward.
Okay.
So it took about 13 months to get through Congress. It was signed in June. It started in April or May of last year. And so that's the time frame it took. The only thing is, yes, everybody should be protected. Everybody. But here's the problem with the Asian hate bill. That took 13 months. The most recent anti-lynching bill has been sitting in the Senate since 2019. That wasn't the first, and it probably won't be the last because it's still sitting there. If it's not passed at any time, they're going to introduce a new one. So I think it's a good thing, but we're still waiting for them to say, stop doing something to our people as a culture, where every culture, even the gay rights bill passed before the anti-lynching.
Right. So that's what I was going to ask because I know you just love this stuff, and I hate to say it, but that wasn't my favorite class.
Okay.
The government and
Yes.
all of that different stuff, politics and. But okay, so I'm just trying to visualize the bill is somewhere
Right.
and it's sitting there.
It's sitting.
So what? I mean, who got the bill?
Well,
They submitted it. Who are we blaming? Is what I'm saying for the bill to still be sitting there.
Right.
And did this same person walk in the office, see the black bill, and pick it up, move it to the side, saw the Asian bill, pick it up, the gay bill,
Yeah.
the process. So kind of help me visualize what's really going on.
All right. The process is the bill is introduced by a group or a person. It's introduced, and then it makes its way through the House, and then it's ratified in the House. Then it's moved on to the Senate. With this current bill, the current anti-lynching bill, it was introduced and it has made it through the House. It was ratified through the House. Somewhere between the Senate and the president's desk, it has stopped. So either the Senate has not
Okay.
voted on it
Still
or
knocking at
talked
the
about it.
Senate door there.
Yes. Or and that's where I believe it is. I think it's just lost in the Senate. And unfortunately, and I know we're going to move past this, but this is the same Senate that I'm not downing that gave us Juneteenth, but that bill is just still sitting there. So before Juneteenth came about, that
The bill was still
already,
still there, and that's why I'm saying it seems like the bill. I hope they didn't do it like they do some applications that got Monquisha name on it. I hope it didn't end up in the trash accidentally.
Here's the biggest thing right though. If you can executive order, what was it, 50-something bills on your first day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why can't you executive order the anti-lynching bill and it's there?
Yeah, I mean that's a good question. So, but if it hasn't been introduced to him as well, that's
It
one of the
doesn't-
things.
My question: it doesn't have to be introduced.
I think this being a bill, yes, it does.
Okay, well, he is signed the
Mhm.
what's name bill.
I got
as
you.
an executive
You're gonna
order.
get these letters right.
Uh,
We're gonna help ourselves
Elemental
as
P.
we respect our community.
No, I'm just saying.
But I'm with you. He has to have some sort of push. So you want to talk about all the things that you're going to do for the black community so you can get the black vote. You get the black vote. Ultimately, that is what you can do to get the ball rolling if you do want to help with the black
I'm
community.
not disagreeing.
Okay.
Not a holiday, and we're not knocking the progress of
Right.
said holiday.
Absolutely.
But there is something on
Bigger.
somebody's desk
That's
that
right.
didn't get lost. It got misplaced on purposely, just like every other thing has got
didn't even get
misplaced.
It's
It
just
didn't
sitting.
get-
It's
it
they
didn't
know
get
where it is.
misplaced.
They misplaced
pushed-
it intentionally.
No, they didn't even misplace it.
They just laid it down.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's just say that somebody picked it up and they're
Put it-
contemplating. It is what it is. So at this point, the question is: so we're talking about America reformed and intentionally Black America reformed. What do we need to do, Jill? No, I'm just kidding.
Uh-oh.
What do we need to do as a people to begin or to make sure this process is taking place
Yes.
right
The
now?
first thing
Let's
we
get
need
it
to
going.
do is trust one another.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest
Okay.
things.
I
Trust.
was gonna say I don't know. Okay.
We in
We
your
gotta-
notes?
we got to learn to trust one another, and that's key.
But what can we do to help us with that then?
I mean, regardless of what I've done,
hmm
it's just like this. You own a business. I come to your business, something happened. I talk to you. I got to be able to trust that you heard what I said and accept what I said.
without
Now-
being upset.
Exactly.
hmm
That's first things first. I
Okay.
got to be able to just say, "Hey, I was able to talk to so
I
and
was
so
just, yeah.
and have a dialogue and a
Mhm.
communication
Yes, yes, yes.
with that person. Now I could trust her if she comes out and say, "Okay, I'm building the next Taj Mahal." Oh, I could trust her word.
Right.
That is gonna happen.
That is going to happen, and I'm going to be at the opening.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And support. I mean,
Mhm.
that's the next biggest thing. We have to support one another.
Okay.
Period.
I love that.
Yes.
But as a culture, where is the disconnect? Because a lot of things, we talk about supporting each other, supporting businesses an awful lot. So what is the difference in the culture in terms of white businesses supporting each other in the community and then black businesses not? I mean, because we're all people. We all have trust issues. So where do you think that disconnect is? Because it's mentioned an awful lot that there's just no support.
Well, the biggest disconnect is I don't want Clarence to be better than me.
But isn't that in all? in
No,
all
no.
cultures?
Oh, well,
No.
And it could be,
it could
I
be.
can't say, and it's hard for us to really speak to what's going on in all
Right.
cultures. But I definitely see where you're going, and so for me, I would say the first thing is that we haven't forgiven each other.
Right.
Because sometimes unfortunately we do hold grudges
Hmm.
that will cost us in the
Right.
long run, and people haven't realized that when you're walking around in unforgiveness, you're actually causing more harm to yourself.
Right.
And so I think the first thing that needs to happen is there need to be a day of amnesty, and
Healing.
we yes, we have to come to that where we're healing, and we have been, because if we are oppressed and broken, it's going to
Mhm.
be hard for an oppressed and broken people to save an oppressed and broken people.
Right.
So that's just going to be
That's true.
even
That's
more
true.
challenging.
That's
So
true.
we start getting into those different internal and
Right.
external
Right.
challenges. So
Right.
we have a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
So I believe it's internal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well with that, and first of all, we gotta, as a group of people,
Hmm.
I mean, black, white, red, yellow, whatever, we gotta stop thinking that when we stand for something, we're standing against something else.
That's right.
And the reform is, if we say we're looking out for our community, that doesn't mean that we're trying to strike out against your community. What that's saying is we need to build ourselves back up. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to lick our wounds. So go
Okay.
ahead.
I was just going to say, so what I'm hearing is that we need to prioritize, but in our list, when we prioritize, other people are offended. Because if we go in terms of melanin,
Hmm.
and you deal with the person that has the most melanin first,
Right,
then people are offended
right, right,
because they feel like you are
right.
against the other people.
And again, that is not the case.
That is
That is
not
not
the
the case.
case.
So as a human race, we have to change that vernacular to say, when I stand for something, that doesn't mean I'm standing against anything else.
That's right.
I'm just standing for this to make this happen. And along with trust, as E went in there, that is, first of all, we need to clean our house. We need to heal. I agree with that. But what we really need to do is take ownership.
Mm.
We need to be able to own our things. And what I say this is, we need. That's where support is. We need to be able to have those businesses support. Now, we need infrastructure first and foremost. That means we need finances, we need money, we need a financial base to be able to implement programs to make things work and to move
Mhm.
things forward.
Don't
Go
lose
ahead.
your
I
train of
got
thought.
you.
But you said we need. So how do we know how to do that? You said we got to own some things. We need
Yes.
money.
Right.
But how do we get this money? So I
Well,
didn't want you to
well,
leave
it's
that
already
too
here.
far.
It's already here.
Okay.
We again, you mentioned the word prioritize. How do we prioritize? America, in the Black American and African Americans or Black Americans are 13% of the population. They own 15% of the wealth. Out of that 15% of the wealth that they own, they are 43% of the consumer market, spending upwards to 70% of their earned income,
Spending it
spending it.
like
Yes.
on.
What was the number? 70?
Up to
17.
up to 70% of their earned income.
We're spending it,
We're
but you're
spending
saying
it.
not on property.
Right. And 14% of that is going to black owned businesses or black owned, things.
Mhm.
So, and so with that right there, think about it. We spend 70% of our income.
I'm just thinking that not even 50%
only-
comes back
Right.
when you say
Only
that.
14% is spent with black owned businesses. It's, and E and I were talking about before we came on air, it's a saying that the black dollar only spends 6 hours in the black community. I was reading something, some economics say that that's just a myth, where it says 30 days, but it has to have some validity into it.
Yeah,
Because think about how many
The truth is, it
14%,
don't stay
yeah,
long.
it don't stay long.
It
It's
doesn't
only
stay long.
14% of that income goes back to black businesses.
Yeah.
And there's 42 throughout the country, there's 42 black owned financial institutions and banks. See, we need all of this to keep the money within our community.
How many do we own?
42.
Do we have any in Indiana?
We have one in Fort Wayne.
Got one in Fort Wayne.
And we got one in Indianapolis.
We have one. Let's talk. Let's just not Do we have one? We have one black owned what?
Credit union. In Fort
Okay,
Wayne.
credit union.
Yes,
Okay,
a financial
I
institution.
just want to get that out there.
Yes,
We're
yes.
educating on our
Yes.
Wednesday night. I just want to pause for the
Yes.
pause for the calls here. This is Neutral Voices, our Wednesday night, and we are having great conversation about America Reformed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hold your point, and I'm gonna let you go. But what I was saying with all of that, if we bring the money back and we house the money, we bank our money, that gives us some power. And with the power of our finances, that's how we can enter into the political realm. And we can be able to reach out into the political realm. Because think about it, most bills and most lobbyists have money. So if we have that leverage now. We have some kind of power, something to stand on, something to leverage, something to motivate, something to move. And we can get some of these bills passed.
Right.
If we got lobbyists in the House.
Well, hold on. I thought lobbyists is not allowed to be in the House anymore.
Since when? Hold on. I don't have to be in the house, but I can invite you to my house so you can go back to the house.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't have to be in the hallways anymore. I'm still in the house.
They're not allowed in the House, but I know what you're getting at. So, I mean, it goes back to what I said about the word trust.
Yeah.
If I can't trust to go to my black-owned institution or don't even know about the black-owned institution in my community, how can I progress? You know what I'm saying?
Well, why don't we know about it? You just said if I don't know. It sounds like somebody need to do a better job at making sure we know.
No.
Thank you, Neutral Voices. This is Neutral Voices. We are here to sound the alarm in our community to make your voice louder.
So we need to actually get
and
the
our reach
information.
greater.
Yeah.
Yes, we
to
need the
get that-
information.
we need to get that information and get it out so
We
we
do.
can have our own. So we can know where to put our money at.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Not
that's
just
true.
be like, oh, no. That's where our money need to go.
Right.
And that's why I say that's what we're here for. And I just want to remind people to don't forget to click like and share, subscribe to our YouTube page. Listen, you have to share. If you don't get the word out, people won't know.
Right,
And we're
right.
talking about amazing things, having great conversation with good people up here on this panel. So please help us reach the people, your
Yes.
people.
And Eric has a wonderful point because if you don't know about something, you can't support it. And on Sunday at the Our Neutral Voices event, there was a group of us standing and we were speaking of the credit union that I didn't know existed. And several people in the conversation who were Black did not know it existed.
Yes.
So, I mean, how long has it been there and why?
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't
didn't
know
know?
it
I
existed.
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
And that's something that should be
And I belong to a credit
huge.
union. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying I
Right,
didn't know.
No.
right. So would you put your money? I mean, if people knew that it was there, do you have money there?
No, I don't.
But so what is your reason for not supporting? Do you have your money at another bank,
Yes, I do.
a black-owned bank?
No. it's
So
not
what is your
black-owned.
reason
What
for
is
not
my
supporting?
reasoning?
Yeah,
As everybody else, it was lack of knowledge and it was lack of, information. And it was really
And sometimes, if we tell the truth, it will boil down to the lack of
knowledge.
trust.
but you trust
No, watch
the
this.
white.
No. But I'm just saying sometimes because it's so new, you gotta prove it. You gotta. Are you legit?
My question is,
or
how can
whatever.
they prove something if we don't give them a chance?
How long have they been?
Because you
there?
got to look at the paperwork and you
Well,
want to
I
see
mean,
if the money
let me
is
ask you a question.
insured.
Did
I'm
you-
just saying that's
did you
all
look
it
at
is.
the
Wells Fargo?
You
and do
do,
that?
you
I
do,
mean,
you do.
you
You
know
get a
something?
book that you don't feel like reading, but
Yes.
I mean,
you
but
need
how
to
do you
read
not
it.
know they don't have that book? You see what I'm saying?
And that's absolutely right. But
Yeah.
that's
I got you. Yeah.
and that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I heard something come from Venus
yeah.
and Mars right then.
But yeah.
But I just want to say this, and you're right. And so I'm trying to make a point for other people that may think that.
Right.
And so there's one side that you don't know about it, but then there's the other side because there are people that know about it. They knew about it
Yes.
when it started, but they didn't join it.
Yeah. And
So
I,
there's the
and
question.
that's- yeah.
There's the question to you
Wow.
guys, those of you that knew about it. What happened? Are you actually a member of that credit union? So we're always talking about doing better and being better and all of that.
Right, because people
And
go
so-
to Wells Fargo and Chase like it's
That's
no big
right.
deal, and you didn't do any
And
research on them. just
and they
because-
sometimes be messing you.
Right.
Seriously. Sometimes they got you.
But also, and before we get out of, because you wonder what can we do in
Yes.
infrastructure, the next thing we need is agriculture and
Oh.
land.
Oh.
Think about if we had land and we were farming and we could produce our own food, we could become self-sufficient and
Mhm.
That's right.
self-sustainable.
Mhm.
That's right. Kudos to those that are.
Post-slavery, it was 23% of all farmers in America
Wow.
were black. Post-slavery,
Mhm, the
23%.
black farmers.
Present day, it's about
Yes.
11%.
Yes.
And they're struggling hard. There was a bill, and you got to give the government their kudos when they do, but there was a bill that just helped bail them out. And a lot of other farmers are upset saying that they shouldn't bail them out. But yes, we need that. We need community farms. We need farms. And we just do. Because if we can sustain ourselves, we can help
Yes,
ourselves.
100%.
That's the
So these
biggest
are
thing.
things. If we have money and we own land, we will have
And-
some power. We will
Yeah,
have some
and
leverage.
so when you say we can help ourselves, we can help ourselves with our health too,
Yes.
Right.
as well as our monies.
Yes.
Because that saves a lot of money when
Save
you're
a lot of money.
gardening for
Right.
yourselves.
Yeah,
Right.
agriculture is wealth
Yes.
in so many different ways. With the land, with the food it provides, with helping
Yes.
the community.
And
It's
teaching the
huge.
children,
Yes.
so we're talking about building a better future. And so building a better future to me begins with the children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, so that's good. So, talking about what we can do to get this thing started. Anything else? So, you talked about agriculture,
Mm-hmm.
and you talked about infrastructure,
Right.
owning things.
Right.
Mhm.
What else? I mean, because so let's get that sounds more external.
Well, no,
So-
it can be both. It can be
Uh,
external and internal.
So, I was going to say, so if we go a little deeper, what else do we have?
Education.
Education,
Okay.
huge.
I think
Okay.
that's the number one thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just
Education.
Education.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if you look at it, you have the Lutheran churches have their schools, the Catholic churches have their schools. Where's ours?
Right.
Where's ours? Where is our
Well-
school where the 90% of the teachers are African American?
I'm gonna
Mhm.
pause you right
Mhm.
there.
I know we got one. I know we got a few.
I think we got two here in the
Yeah.
city. I'm gonna pause you right
but our
there.
city is big enough to have
Absolutely.
more than two.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
And honestly, I honestly think that it should be a feeder. You start at one school at elementary, the other school at middle school, then the next one at high school. It should be a feeder program.
Right.
Throughout with the two schools in Fort Wayne.
Right.
They should feed into each other.
Right.
That way we can have control of what we're teaching our kids and what our kids are being taught.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, one thing I think that we need to do is we don't need to continue to exalt our past pains,
Yes.
because sometimes, and there are some people that will exalt the past
Mm-hmm.
a little too high, and sometimes you exalt it so high that you forget what the promises that God has placed before
Mhm.
you. And so I believe that we as a people, when I say we need to insert belief and faith, we need to remember the promises that God has given us
Mhm.
and stand on that belief. And so therefore, look at love first and lead with love in a
Mhm.
lot of things that we do in our decisions and
Yeah.
things like that. So, to my people, to my Envy family and everybody that's listening and watching us right now, don't forget, when you lead with love, that's how you make a change.
Right.
That's how
Yeah.
you make things better.
That's
That's
so-
how you build a better future, when you lead with love.
Yeah.
So if you believe in something and you stand for something, that's better than standing for nothing and falling for anything.
Right.
Correct.
So
Right.
you have to
Malcolm
check your
X.
belief system. What is it that you believe in?
Mhm.
What do you believe will build a better future? Because too many times we're looking at people, like somebody might be looking at us right now saying, here we go, another group of people talking about changing the world.
Mhm.
But at least we're coming together and we want to make a difference.
Right.
We're trying. The question is, what can you do to help us? So one of the things you can do sitting right there is to click, like, and share.
Right. Get the word out.
That's
Get
just
the
true.
word out.
You can
Get
you
the
can
word
subscribe
out.
to our YouTube channel and help us, because we grinding hard.
Yes.
And so we're here every day, almost every
Yes.
every day of the week.
Yes.
But the main point is that we want to see a better tomorrow.
Right,
Right,
right.
right.
And so we're trying to figure out, and we need your help to do that. But what is it that we can do? And tomorrow night is the voice of the people. And so you can definitely chime in
Yes.
and leave some comments so we can talk about
The
that.
word that you said several times is see, and that's what I think of it with anything is a vision, because without a vision, the people
That's
will
right.
perish.
Absolutely.
So there has to be a vision, regardless of your group, regardless of your goal. There has to be somebody who sees ahead. There has to be somebody
Yes.
who has enough hope and enough realization to realize that a dream is not always just a fantasy. I mean,
That's
it can be
right.
reality.
That's right. And that's where that belief comes in and that faith, because you have to believe in the things, because we have so many things going on. And so with that thought, when I say internal and external, think about the challenges.
Right.
So not the things that, we talked about before, but what type of challenges do we have to deal with internally and externally?
And you and E both hit on it. You said lead with love, and E said with trust.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use a word, and I think we misuse this word primarily a lot of the times. We primarily misuse this word, and we misunderstand the context of the word, and that is unity. Now, when
Everybody's saying it.
yes,
Mhm.
but we have to have a concept of what unity is.
Okay.
We can't just say the word and not know the meaning, the concept, the understanding of the word. When I say let's unite, I'm not asking you to give up your identity. I'm not asking you to give up your ideas. I'm not even asking you to
it.
give up your voice
Or your organization.
or your organization. What I'm saying is we're going to agree on a common principle or a common goal. And we're going to work towards that common principle and that common goal. No matter what we do, we can do it separately. But what we're
But we will
doing,
be stronger.
we're doing it stronger, and we're doing it to hit that goal. I don't know if any of the viewers or any of the panel, I rarely watch TV, but there's one show that I've been watching, and I'm really into it right now. It is called The Godfather of Harlem. Has anybody watched that?
No.
No.
Okay, and that's fine. That's
But
fine.
I know what it is, though.
And in the story, and I know it's fictional, and I know they use but they use three actual people: Adam Clayton Powell, Malcolm X, and Bumpy Johnson. They're all three black individuals, black Americans, and they're come from the broad spectrum of our community. Adam Clayton Powell is the political, the upright, the educated. He's the moving forward, the one that the standard of where we're trying to get to. Malcolm X is the religious, the defiant, the revolutionary one, and then there's Bumpy Johnson. He's the underworld. He's the criminal. That's a good portion of our community if we break it down. Now, they don't ever agree on how things should get done, but what they do agree is that things should be done. And when they get together and they say, let's do something, they get together. They put their minds together. They put all their resources together, be it good, be it bad, be it ugly. They put it together. They make it work. They get that goal done. But after that, they go back to doing their own thing. But they're still striving to make that happen. That's what unity has to be.
Right.
When I say let's do something, let's come together, let's knock it out, let's move on. I'm not asking you to stop what you're doing. I'm not asking you to give up what you're doing. I'm not telling you your idea doesn't matter. I'm saying we have a common goal. Let's get to that common goal together.
Right.
So unity, that's one of the things we need is unity.
And sometimes, to get to a certain destination, you need to take different routes. So it's okay if people have 35 different ideas, as long as everyone has a common goal. Like you said, I mean, we might all get there in different ways, but we're all going the same direction. We all ultimately want to be right here.
Right.
But agreeing, I mean, it's not a requirement
Well, you
to
gotta-
be unified.
You got to be able to agree to disagree,
Yeah.
and stand on it.
Right.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. We have to
Yeah, there's
stand
something.
on it.
But-
Just stand on and stand your ground. And that's what we, as a people, we rarely do is stand our ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that goes back to the trust and to the love what you guys were talking about. Because I've been indoctrinated and inundated with the thought of that I can't trust you, E, or I can't believe in your vision, V, that we can't move forward.
We can't work together
can't
on
work
this particular
together on
project.
because
So it sounds like what you're saying and what we need to do is, we're talking about reformed, but it's almost like a reformed theology.
Yes.
You know, we have to think from a different perspective. And it reminds me, and I can't think of the scripture, it's in Corinthians, it's Paul, and it's kind of like when he is like acting like the Jews at one point. So it's like as the Jews.
Right.
And then, but from the other side, then he's acting like this other group.
The Greek.
But at the end of the day, he has the mind of Christ.
Right.
That's how come he can work with all these different
Right.
groups. So what that looks like in real life is we're working with even the LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a Q?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
more like. But
Okay, so we're working with them, and we're working with this group, and we're working with this organization. We're working with the Burmese. I'm saying somewhere in there, when you put God above all things, in all groups, in all organizations, in all plans, that's when you say we can get this done.
Right. You had me till you said you put God in it, and I'm only going to use this for an example. The LGBT and whatever, and I'm not being funny because
And
there's
they
more.
put God in it too.
Some of them do, but here's the thing: the blacks, the whites, the Hispanics, the Asians, whatever ethnic persuasion they are, they put aside all those differences to get what they wanted.
Okay,
They all came together,
that's
regardless of
Right.
what they look like, man,
Okay.
woman, whatever. They all came together.
You're right.
So that's what our community needs to
That's
do.
exactly
we have
what
to
I'm
put
saying.
aside, like I'm saying, but I just wanted to use that example. So we
Your
can make it
example's better
tangible.
than mine.
No, it's not.
No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
just more. It's just more tangible.
More
This is
detail.
Neutral Voices, and this is our Wednesday Live where we laugh, inspire, vibe, and educate. So it's okay. We're having a good time and great conversation.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yes. So, end results. Because I know there's, we got all these things and there's all these different roles that lead to better and great and
Right.
all of that. But, if everything was reformed, and now let's just focus on black. In a black world and everything's reformed, what does it actually look like?
Independent.
Okay, he said
He did
independent.
I like that. I like that. I like
That's,
that.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Okay.
that's
You like that word?
independent.
Okay.
Self-sufficient.
We self-sufficient, not worried about I don't have to ask nobody for nothing. I can ask my brother that's sitting next to me and he's coming. I can ask my sister across the room and she's coming.
Okay.
We are independent, we are self-sufficient, we rock out together with no issues.
Yeah, E and I were talking before we came on air, and we termed it the Tulsa mentality.
Yep.
We need to get back to the Tulsa
Tulsa
mentality.
Okay.
We need to get back to where we got hospitals, school systems, and as he said, independent, but we are owners. We are cultivators. We are engineers. We moving everything, and we're moving self-sufficient. We're moving as a unit. And again, we might not agree because we can have 5 shoe stores on one block.
Right.
And we don't have to beef, but we just moving forward to, work together, live together.
And some people are, and they are working, but it's silent. So do we stay silent or do we?
No.
Doesn't
But
say the squeaky
I'm
wheel
saying,
get the most oil?
I'm saying, but do we work? We're working, but do we raise our voices for
We have
real,
to.
or we just okay?
We
What does that?
we have to raise our voices. We have to let them know we don't. We there. We here. Hi, I'm in the room. Because if I don't let you know I'm in the room, you're gonna continue to try to push me away. And so if I'm saying I'm in the room. If I got to stand on this table and jump off this table, they let you know that I'm here. That's what we need to do.
And I'm gonna paraphrase, and I'm gonna be a little laughter with this. I'm gonna quote from the great prophet Biggie Smalls: "Kick in the door, waving the 4-4." We gotta let them know we here. We gotta let them know we here.
Got
So,
to.
but making a lot of noise, that's just one thing. Don't we have to make some better choices?
Yeah, we
Yes,
gotta make
that's
better
true.
choices. But
I'm just saying because at the end of the day, how did we get? How did we get here today? I mean,
How did we get to where we at?
Well, I'm saying when we're talking about reform, just think about some of the things we want to change.
Right.
The things we want to change. A lot of us don't do our part to change.
And reform.
Seriously.
Reform, and I think Jill gave us a wonderful definition, and you did too. But I think one word is missing out of that is reconciliation and healing.
Well,
Those are
that's why I
things.
said the
Those are
forgiveness and
things.
the amnesty
Yeah.
part, and I agree with that. But I'm just, I'm saying we have to own it and be accountable for our own actions in order to move forward, be better, and build a better future.
Mhm.
So, I'm saying it starts with the choices we make. But I'm telling you right now, what can we do today to now?
To now.
That's my new word,
To
right?
now.
But what can we do for real? And what can we say to our people to help them begin to make better choices? Or do we just wait?
No,
We just keep waiting for things to
we don't
get
wait.
better.
No, we can't.
We just
we
keep
waited long
waiting.
enough.
We
We
getting
can't.
ready to get
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
stimulus check. No,
Yeah.
we're not.
Oh, no.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm waiting to
I ain't
see.
got no kids, so I ain't gonna get it.
But
I-
not even that. But my point is, we're sometimes there are a group of us, very few of us, waiting, waiting for something. And the truth is, opportunity is not always going to come when you want it or
Gotta
when
get
you
out and get it.
need it.
Well, you gotta work
Sometimes
for it.
you have to create it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
You have to create your own opportunity. If you don't see any opportunity, no matter which direction you look in, you have to start looking within and create your own
Amen.
opportunities.
Right.
That's
Preach
how we begin to
on,
build a better
sister.
There you
future.
go.
There's only so much that can be done from the sidelines before you got to throw a helmet on and get out
That's
there
right.
and get out,
That's
on the
right.
field.
That's right, Jill. And we
Gotta
have
get
to
in the
stop
game.
looking at each other and having that, they say crab mentality, but watch this. I don't even want to be compared to a crab.
Right.
But we have to understand that all of our planes won't land on the runway at the same time.
Can't.
And if it does, guess what?
It's confusion.
That's
It's a
right.
collision.
Confusion, death, collision, all of that. Catastrophe.
Yes.
So my point is we can't be watching the next person.
Mm-mm.
We have to be, you said independent. We have to take care
Mhm.
of what we need to take care of and be better for who we are for today so we can be better for the people of tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
We got to
Yes.
sometimes go into tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, we have to go into tunnel vision. That's key. As a person and as a community, we have to literally just say we're going in tunnel vision and make things work.
And we talked about intentional.
Yes.
So building a better and
Mhm.
focused on Black America intentionally to build a better future.
Right.
Right.
And
Correct.
so, when you say the whole tunnel vision thing, it's not to be selfish,
No.
Right.
but it's so
To
that
be
you can be,
purposeful.
and
It's
watch
purposely.
this, ego-minded, ego, not ego.
Yeah.
Ego-minded means that I need to rebuild myself.
Yes.
Sometimes we have to know when to rise above all of the
Amen.
issues and
Amen.
problems that we dealing with. We have to know when to rise above, soar high. When they go low, we go high, and get up there and rebuild. Pick off that oldness, boom, boom, knock it off. Right? That's a hater on you.
Yeah.
But knock all of that craziness off and rebuild. And when you come back soaring with that wingspan, right,
Mhm.
covering and putting that
Mhm.
shadow, you know what I'm saying, and
Mhm.
over the young people and helping the people,
Yes.
you're stronger. And I'm telling you, when that dopamine release, all you want to do is do it again.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because every time you do something good,
It feels good.
you do something good and you feel good and you want to do it again and
Yes.
again. And that's what we need to do. So how they say, each one, teach one.
Right.
Yes, that's what we have to. That's how you begin reformation
Right.
to me.
Right. And that's
That's why I
so
said they
true.
never should have took the classes and the training out of the prison system. Because
No.
that whole education
Yeah.
piece, because you can release these people back to the community.
Right.
So, we have to start even in there.
Right.
We have to have a whole different structure in
Yes,
prison
yes.
so that when they come out, we have stronger men, stronger
Yeah.
women.
Amen.
You on
Yes.
point. I can't even go behind that. You are so on point.
Oh,
with
yes,
that.
you can.
No, no.
Yes, you can.
No, but everything that's said, and like you said, what can we do for the right now?
Yes.
Is move. That's the
Yes.
first thing. It doesn't mean physically. It means mentally. It means spiritually.
That's right.
It means everything. We got to move and we got to make it happen. We can't wait anymore.
No.
And not only the crab mentality that we have the I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna push it off. Go and do
Yeah.
it. No, we
That's
all got to
what it
be in
is.
this fight. We all got to get in the mud. We can't just wait for somebody to do it.
We have some people that's going to be getting in it. Speaking of, I believe OMV.
Mhm.
OMV.
Yes.
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
this is going to be a good week because
Yes.
we're going to have them here with
Right.
us.
Right.
Tomorrow, hopefully, they will
Yes.
be in the building. So,
Okay.
OMV, I would say our overseers, the head, the
Yes.
umbrella of
Yes.
Neutral Voices, our organization. So, they're going to be here with us tomorrow, sharing about their vision and their plans and how they're going to move forward, and hopefully, how we, all of us, working together, how we can make some things happen to
Right.
build a better tomorrow, a better future for all of us. And I believe with that, anybody have anything else with this amazing
No,
conversation
I think
before
this.
I turn it over
I
to
think. I think we said
the
it all.
wonderful? Okay, so Miss Jill, you want to do something special for us?
Do we stay silent or raise our voices? Do we give in or make our choices? This is our chance. This is our threat. This is our time, and we are not finished yet. We stand together and await the light. This is our chance. This is our fight. Here we are standing, united and strong. We are not giving this up, and we're not moving on. This is our voice. This is what we came to show. This is our choice, and we are not letting go. This is our word. You give what you get. This is our world, and we're not finished yet. We wait, pacified, nothing being agreed upon, to pay your debt. We stand united still because we're not finished yet. Raise your voices, stand up tall. It's time to end the unjust, rise up from the fall. Think of our future, think of our truth, think of our beginnings, and think of our youth. Together, this is our voice. It's what we came to show. And once we know we're stronger hand in hand, we are not letting go.
Boom!
Case
Oh, you
closed.
got the whole gavel out. You got the whole prop.
Case closed.
Yes, we are adjourned. With that being said, thank you so much for hanging with us tonight. This is Neutral Voices, and hopefully, we will see you tomorrow night for the voice of the people. Thank you.
Neutral voices, we gon' deal with the issues. Your voice matters, your thoughts count, your opinions important, so you gotta speak.